Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Head to Head podcast. It's been a while. We've had a lot of in real life stuff going on, but we are finally back. And this episode, we are going to go over our NFL predictions for the awards. This is MVP, Coach of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, the lot. Um, and we're going to give ourselves a mulligan here in the randomizing teams because it feels like yeah, like exactly
How many
because
times
of
have been
that.
the Browns?
Oh, that's
Okay,
such a
I
good
like
team,
it.
bro.
I like it. I like
Wait,
it.
how do I randomize that one? Okay. Oh,
That's
I've
actually
seen
not a
some
bad
people
one.
say this is a Super Bowl matchup.
I would.
I don't think
I
so.
don't agree
I
with the
don't think
Bears
so. No,
side of
I
it,
don't think
but
so. I don't.
the
I
Texans
don't
I could
think so.
totally see.
Caleb Williams is gonna have to put up 40 a night. But we will start off. Is there? Well, before we start, is there anything going on around the NFL in terms of like training camp news or anything like that that you've seen or wanted to talk about, Cole?
There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to think of the things that would be like the most noteworthy. Obviously, Debo goes back to San Fran. Stephon Diggs
Yeah.
signed with the Commanders, so we have a couple of like late
I don't,
signings just because
dude.
of injuries and
How is
things going
Stephon
on. But
employed? How
dude,
is he
I
employed?
people need players, I guess. I don't know. Why is Deshaun Watson employed?
Yeah,
And
I
why is he
agree.
winning the quarterback battle over there, it seems.
Yeah. Yikes.
But
Um,
yeah, I a couple of extensions. Obviously Bijan and Jameer both extended.
huge
I think
extensions.
those are probably
Huge
the two biggest
extensions,
things that
man.
have happened since we recorded, just because of, both of them are kind of market breaking for the running back position.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if either of us had them on one of these, maybe even two of these awards if you're brave enough. Um, but I'm definitely not. So, but we can start off. Do you want to start comeback player of the year, protector of the year, or coach of the year? Where do you want to go? I'll let
I
you pick.
think we start with the coach of the year. I feel like that one's going to be the least
We're obviously going
interesting.
to save like MVP, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year for
Yeah.
last. So coach of the year. All right. Well, there's some. I think this is a pretty and this just goes with the
Did
territory of
my
the
guy
award.
just fall?
Dude, I'm playing in slow mo. I'm not gonna complain, whatever. But this is really a team award. Um, and I'll let you go before I get into my spiel. Who do you got?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think it's kind of difficult with, predicting. It's difficult to kind of be diverse in this one. I think that you just kind of have to pick a team that you think is going to win a lot of football games and go deep in the playoffs. And I think this was my most vanilla pick of all of these awards. I have Sean McVay here. I think that
Yeah,
that Rams team is just going to win a lot of football games. I think they'll
yeah,
be deep in the playoffs, if not the favorite to win the Super Bowl. There's not very many people in the NFC that could knock them off of that spot. So I think that Sean McVay is definitely, in my opinion, favorited to win this award for obviously lots of reasons.
yeah. You hear or you see the clips. I'm sure everyone has if you've been paying attention to anything football related, especially in training camp. Aaron Donald's out there doing drills, man, and as a Seahawks fan, that is just terrifying. I'm I'm not excited if he comes back. That would be very sad. But I am also gonna keep it pretty basic here. I feel like McVay's a really safe pick. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if this team had multiple awards, just because of how they're constructed and the success that seems inevitable for the Rams. But someone I wanted to mention that I think genuinely could win this over McVay, depending on how it all turns out in the AFC, because I feel like McVay's really just
I
the
think I know
favorite.
who you're gonna say here.
Who do you think? Who do you think?
I think you're gonna go with Jesse Minter.
Jesse Minter, no, he's up there.
Okay.
I was gonna go Sean Payton. I really think the Broncos are
Ooh,
super well rounded. In a not a weak division, obviously not with the addition of Mike McDaniel's and the coaching staff of the Chargers, and the Chiefs are gonna chief, and they've got a young team in the Raiders that have a lot of exciting pieces on offense. But they just seem like such a well-rounded team, a defense that will always be solid, at least like top five in the league. They've got a plethora of running backs in the backfield. I really like Jonah Coleman. The addition of Jalen Waddle, I think, is fantastic. Um, so I genuinely think if it doesn't go to the Rams, I think they deserve a nod. I think they could steal it from
I
them.
think maybe. maybe I'm not remembering correct. What is his? Because I know didn't J.K. Dobbins, he hurt his groin this week
Yeah,
in training
yeah,
camp? I can't remember what it was.
he's
He's
always
supposed to
hurt.
miss a little bit of time. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think that we really expected him to play the full season anyways.
Oh,
Uh-oh,
on the run.
Caleb Williams.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness, dude,
4th and 1.
it's actually so laggy. I feel so bad. Oh, this is bad. Did you have any other people that you wanted to nominate or like give an honorable mention to a coach of the year? You mentioned Jesse
No,
Winker.
yeah, I think that he's a little bit more of a long shot. I just was thinking of, like, who are some of these first-year guys that could win a lot of games? Because I know that, sometimes a first-year guy coming in, winning a lot of games can kinda boost their chances. I think depending on how the Bears turn out, Ben Johnson could be a solid candidate if they are one of these teams that can make it, a
I
round
don't
or
know,
2
bro.
into the
Their
playoffs.
defense is like terrible. I
Their
think.
defense is very cooked, and, obviously, Kobe Bryant is gonna be missing probably
I
the
was about to
first half of the
say he
season,
got injured.
so that's not what you wanna hear from, one of your biggest maybe your biggest defensive acquisition of the
Yeah,
offseason.
I think it was.
Um, had
And
had to be, I guess.
and Jalen Johnson can't stay healthy. Who when he's healthy, he's a top DB in the league. He just cannot stay healthy. I think that's a lot of the issue with the Bears defense. But um,
Yeah, I just like he's maybe the Broncos, coming from the AFC side, but I don't think that other than Sean McVay or Sean
oh,
Payton, I don't
it's
see.
impossible, dude. It's
No.
impossible. I'm lagging so bad. It's so bad. We're gonna deal with it though.
Mine's
I'm gonna
oh,
have to go for two every single touchdown. So get ready for that.
okay.
Um,
I'm ready.
but yeah, anything else in the coach of the year realm that you wanted to mention or bring up?
Um, I don't think so. I think that sums it up for me.
Yeah, I think so as well. But we can move on to. Did you want to go protector of the year or comeback player of the year? I feel like protector
I
is kind of like a little less exciting,
Yeah,
but
let's go with protector of the year.
I'll start it off this time. I went Panay Sewell. I feel like that's also a pretty boring
Ooh,
answer, but I think he should have won it this past year. I know Joe Tooney won it, I believe, right, for the Bears.
I think
Um,
so. I almost picked him to go.
back to back.
That should have been, yeah, that should have been a
Oh,
low
what
throw,
a
but it's
catch!
gonna
Oh,
what,
wait, what?
dude?
Wait, what? It was just sitting on his stomach, bro.
It was just sitting on his stomach, and he didn't. Okay,
What are we
whatever,
doing?
bro.
What are we doing?
Um, yeah, I think it was Joe Tooney last year.
Okay. Yeah, I went Panay. I think it'll stay in the division. Um, there were rumors of Jalen, or
Mhm.
what's his name, Lane Johnson, who was a favorite for it coming into the year. Um, I could see him still having a great year. The Eagles' new offensive coordinator. Who knows what the run game looks like there, and if they can revamp that Eagles offense, maybe he could go back into some of his former glory. But
Oh,
pick, no,
Higgins. I thought Higgins
no,
was gonna catch it on the.
dude, dude. But yeah, I think it'll be Panay. I toyed with the idea of Tristan Wirfs, but that offense just the Bucks seem to be in a little bit of turmoil, especially with the comments of Baker Mayfield and you're going for it on 4th and 13. I love it. I don't love it anymore. That's the catch. I love it. I love it. Whoa! Speak of the devil. Oh my goodness, he got lit up.
Yeah, there he is, Jalen
He got lit
Johnson.
up. But yeah, that I think Panay Sewell is a little bland, but I've been singing his praises
But
for a
probably
while.
one of the more yeah, well, probably one of the more realistic picks
Yeah,
in Penei Sewell.
I think he should have been at least. I don't know what the final three looked like or whatever, but he was my pick last year. I think he'll get it rightfully this year.
Well, we were in completely different realms. I think the 2 guys that I had, picked as, my possibles were neither of those guys you just talked about,
Whoa,
but the guy that I picked and I think going outside of not picking an offensive tackle, I think could be slightly controversial. I think most of the
it
time
is
people just
hard.
pick the tackles.
I think they
It
should
is hard for a
separate it.
tackle.
I think they should
It
separate it.
maybe you could, like, yeah, like outside protector and interior offensive
Yeah,
lineman. Um, I picked Tyler Linderbaum.
Linderbaum is a sneaky ad. I like that.
I think that that whole Raiders offensive line is gonna be much better this year, and I think that Linderbaum captaining that offensive line, he's a guy that's experienced enough, and I think that he's gonna be able to help that offensive line And, obviously Fernando Mendoza when he comes in so young, make those adjustments at the line, I think he's gonna be extremely valuable in that way for the Raiders. I think the only thing that could hurt him here is if the Raiders are just absolutely awful, which is, within the realm of
I mean,
possibilities.
it's the
They're just not
Raiders.
even gonna they're just not even gonna consider him for it.
Yeah.
But I do think that if they're even solid, that Tyler Linderbaum could have a good shot. And someone that I think has a really good shot as well, I kinda toy between this person and Tyler Linderbaum, is Joe Alt. Um,
Joe Alt,
I'd be
yeah.
super excited to see Joe Alt. I know he makes a
Him
huge
or
impact.
Slater. Him or Slater, honestly.
Yeah, either one of those guys. I tried not to be too much of a homer, so I didn't wanna pick just like yeah, I figured that was coming.
Oh, did
There's
he
no way that
he
he
kept
was
his feet
down.
in?
There's
He
no way
kept
that
his
he had
feet
his feet
in.
in. Is there a way to
He can
challenge
yeah,
this?
I think you can.
There has to
I
be a
think you
way to
can.
challenge that. He was off the ground when he got the ball.
Yeah, no, but look. Oh, come on, it didn't show it. You can pause. I think you had to
It's
pause to do it.
no,
Oh,
dude,
he's
no way.
in. He's in. He's in. He's in. He's in.
It won't let me challenge it.
Oh yeah, that's because it's a
Dang
touchdown,
it.
man. There's nothing to challenge. Why did I kick it? Why did I kick it?
But yeah, anyways, I
Oh,
think that Joe Alt has a really good shot. He makes a huge impact on the offensive line, and if the Chargers are as good as everyone think that they could be this year, you know, definitely a team that could win that award. I think Joe Alt and Tyler Linderbaum are probably my two favorite guys to win it. Um,
dude, it's impossible. It's impossible. I can't. I can't kick.
dang,
I'm just gonna onside it for the rest of the game. I don't know.
you might get a couple of them.
I might. I might. But yeah, I love the Joel shout. I think a guy like Creed Humphrey could honestly be in that as well. I don't know what that offense will look like coming back from a terrible injury like Patrick Mahomes had, but if that offense gets rolling again, I can see him being in there. It's just really hard to get an interior guy, and I'm surprised that Tooney was the first one to get the award. He had a stellar year, but I'm just surprised that it went to a guard first. I really thought that the NFL was going to lay it on with the protector and go with more of a tackle, which is what you traditionally think of when you think of like the
Mhm.
best lineman in the league. You go to the tackles because that's where the money is, right?
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that he won it, and I'm glad because it kind of sets a precedent for the rest of the awards existence that it can go to an inside interior lineman. But I do hope they
Yeah,
eventually
I
shift
think
it.
it's good whenever like any of the big awards kind of, and obviously some of them can't really like obviously the positional in defensive player of the year you can't pick an offensive player, but
No,
you can pick like a less picked position, someone like a defensive tackle maybe that doesn't get it that often. Like a lot of times it's your DBs or your edge rushers. Um, it's good that it happens every once in a while because those positions can look like they know that they're at least in the race like throughout the season. They don't feel like they're just playing with the end of that an edge rusher or
yeah,
a corner is just gonna steal it out from under them because the position's a little bit more valuable.
yeah, and I think just delving more into the like protector of the year award, I think they should. We've talked about splitting it from interior and outside linemen like tackles. There's only tackles as an outside lineman, but splitting the award, I also think there should be a rookie version of this Protector of the Year. Um,
I think that that would be great because offensive linemen never
they
win the
don't get
offensive rookie
any
of the year, and it
shine. They
makes
get no
and it
shine.
it makes sense because those other guys are just gonna be like your quarterbacks or a good running back, even a great
Yep,
wide receiver. They're just always gonna get it over an offensive lineman. And
always.
truthfully, I thought last year an offensive lineman should have won the offensive rookie of the year award.
I
Like that was a
agree.
good
It's
year for it to
wait,
happen.
who was it? Who was it?
Zabel.
Yes, correct. Zabel should have won it.
I
That's
think
my
I just
whole
missed it too.
dude. It's impossible to kick it, bro. I'm playing like a play behind, but we digress. But yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to see that, and I think it should have been Zabel. I think the Seahawks were slighted in a lot of awards last year, and especially the Coach of the Year. But we did get at least the recognition in the Offensive Player of the Year. But speaking of rookie awards for
What about
protector,
comeback player of the year?
oh yeah, Comeback Player of the Year first. Comeback Player of the Year first.
I
Who
wanna
you
hear
got?
yours
Oh,
first. I
okay,
hope we
okay.
didn't pick the same
I
person.
hope we didn't pick either because we've been. I mean, aside from the Protector of the Year, the Coach of the Year is kind of blatant. I went quarterback. Did you also go
Uh-oh.
quarterback? Did you?
I did also go
I think
quarterback.
I think we went the
I
same
think we
person.
might have picked the same one.
I went Kyler Murray.
Ah, I did
Did
too.
we?
Okay.
Dang it. Okay, we did. I was either him or Patrick Mahomes is who I was gonna go with.
I that was both of my picks.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it kind of just always, which is, I mean, I don't. Comeback Player of the Year is such a weird award to me because the parameters for it
Only
aren't really
certain people
defined.
qualify.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
just don't
and
really, and I don't agree with most of the parameters. Like some of the times they get it right, but some of the times it's like who suffered the most gruesome injury and played a
yeah.
full year as a starter. Like that's really what it feels like most of the time. Um, and I feel like that's what it would be if it was Patrick Mahomes. But I feel like Kyler has such, and as of this day, as of today, this is the 11th of August that we're recording. Kyler Murray was named starter for the Vikings. And I think I already had him as a favorite before he was named that because I feel like just him signing there was kind of them naming him as a starter. I am very very high on this Minnesota Vikings team on both sides of the ball, and when you have a guy like O'Connell who can just get the most out of like these misfit toys at quarterback, a guy like Kyler Murray with his talent, his pedigree that he's had in the league, whether you think that he is overrated or not, um, he was the number one overall pick for a reason, and he was almost an MVP that magical. I think it was 2021 season. Um, I'm just ecstatic to see what this Vikings team can do. I'm very high on them, and I think for the same reasons you're high on Kyler Murray. Um, they're a team to watch out for. Very much a dark horse going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I wonder, just while you're talking, I was thinking, do you think that Patrick Mahomes might have played too many games last year? I know, like,
He played
obviously the
11,
injury
right?
kind of yeah, he played 11. I know that sometimes, like, the amount of games you played can factor in, and I don't necessarily know that oh, what a terrible
Oh,
throw.
Tremaine Edmonds.
My gosh. I'm a
It's the
CJ
leg.
Stroud truther, but,
That I mean,
uh,
that was pretty
can't
accurate.
can't support that
That
was
was last
realistic.
year. It
That
was
was
pretty
very
accurate.
realistic.
Yeah, man, they should have been in the
Um
Super Bowl. Anyways, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I wonder how much that will affect, obviously, Kyler Murray played a lot less games, so I wonder if he gets an edge there, even though it wasn't nearly
Yeah, he
as
played.
bad of an injury.
Was it
Like you
5
said,
or
the
was it 4?
parameters are just so different. I think it was 4 games. I
Yeah,
think
he
week
stopped
4 was
playing week
his
5. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just like you said, the parameters aren't super clear on that specific award.
Very wishy
Um,
washy.
yeah, I mean, even, like, if it's, the how gruesome the injury was really does play into it, then could Daniel Jones have a good shot at it?
I
I
he
mean
that was my dark
The
horse
leg?
for the award. I just don't think they would ever give an award to Daniel Jones. I just don't think. I think he's such a bum. I'm sorry, Colts fans. I'm sorry. I've had a disdain for Daniel Jones ever since he's coming to the league. Pretty much. I don't know why. I think it's his face. I just don't like his face. And he just has all these moments like the NFL equivalent to like Shaqtin' a Fool. I wish there was an NFL equivalent to Shaqtin' a
Acting a
Fool.
fool.
He would be top five in most like oh I can't even. Did I make it? No, no, it was close. It was close, but he had a stellar first half of the year, and I really
Uh-huh.
think that the Colts could have gone in and made some noise in the playoffs. But we've spoken about them at length on this channel. But I don't think that's a bad shot at all. Depending on how the Colts look coming back from his injury, I think that's a flag. No, it's not. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely got to be up there for a nomination at least. Did you have anyone
Even
else that you
I feel
thought?
like yeah, I had one more just because I feel like sometimes running back is a good position to pick for this award because so many running backs get hurt.
Yeah,
Quinshon Judkins could also be someone that could, if he has a solid year, could
really?
contend
Does he
for this
qualify?
award. Yeah, it was a really bad injury, but I
It
obviously the
was.
amount of games
Yeah,
can. So I don't know exactly where he would fall under qualifications, but could be a guy that if he comes out and has a great year, they might consider for it just because of how awful the injury was.
yeah,
Even
yeah.
oh, I didn't even think about this one beforehand. Scat. Scat
Yeah,
totally qualifies,
Scat could definitely
and it
do
was an
it.
awful, awful injury, didn't play a lot of games.
Oh,
I
Malik
mean,
Neighbors also isn't a bad shot. Now that I'm thinking about it, Malik
not
could genuinely.
this actually could be a lot of people.
It could
That's
be a,
people
but
are
it's gonna
flowing to
be a
my brain.
quarterback. It's gonna be a quarterback. All these awards, if there's a quarterback available, it's gonna be a quarterback. Yeah, except for maybe
Yeah,
MVP, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna go off the rails and choose a running back or wide receiver. But if you do, Cole, I wouldn't blame you because this is a very open year, I think, and
I thought very hard about MVP.
I did as well. And I think I went with let's stop. Let's talk talking about MVP. We'll get
Yeah,
to it
yeah,
when we get to
yeah.
it. But
So
yeah,
I think
anything else? Yeah,
after all the discussion, I'm swapping my vote to Cam Scatterby.
Cam Scat, really?
I just as soon as his name popped into my head, it just felt so
It
obvious.
definitely could be one of those
He's
two
beloved.
guys.
I think, and I think just because like he would be able to compete with the quarterbacks in the award because of how beloved he is, like by the league,
Yeah,
by his peers, obviously by just the whole NFL community. I think that could help him kind of
dude,
get
his
the edge on a
streams are
quarterback
so funny.
if it's a tie. His streams
His
are
streams are
awesome.
so
But
funny.
have you seen the video of him getting stuffed on 4th and 1 and he like
Yes,
starts
bro.
screaming, "It's not realistic."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, he would be very fun. I would love to see him win an award like that. Um, I think I'm gonna stick with Kyler though. I'm gonna stick with Kyler.
Okay. I'll change mine so we don't have the same person. I'm gonna
Okay,
go with Scat.
okay. All right. We'll move into
Lewis.
the Rookie of the Year's awards. You want to go? Let's go defensive first. Who you got for defensive?
What
Oh,
is
he's
happening?
terrible. Jalen Johnson, you're terrible.
Sorry, you said defensive rookie of the year?
Yeah, defensive rookie of the year. We're moving pretty fast.
Okay. Yeah, we are moving pretty
But
fast. I didn't even realize.
I think our last three are gonna take up a lot of time because
I
I've got
definitely
a
don't think we
boring
have the
one.
same ones. I don't think
I,
we have the
I
same ones at all.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We might get into a fight on offensive player of the year. I don't think you're
Okay,
gonna like my pick a
okay.
lot.
I like to hear that.
But defensive rookie of the year, I hope I tried not to go with
I
the
think we
obvious
went with
pick.
the same one. I think we did.
No,
I
did
think we
we?
did. Who'd you go?
Who does yours play for?
Um, it's the team in the South,
Like regionally south or like
regionally
south
South.
division? Oh, okay. Then we didn't pick the same person.
Oh, okay. All right,
I
all
went with
right.
Sonny Styles here.
Wow, really?
I I really like Sonny Styles. I think he's in a good position to have a lot of tackles, and I think that just being at middle linebacker, he's gonna be able to do
Yeah,
everything all over the field. The archetype of player that he is, he's gonna be really valuable in coverage as well. I think he's gonna be able to make plays all over that field, and he's
he is
gonna
a
need
freak
to for that
athlete, man.
Washington defense to be even somewhat good. I mean, we know that that Washington defense struggles.
Oh, he's
Uh-oh, Joe
gone.
Mixon, get
He's
out there.
gone. Dang.
Um, I think that Sonny Styles has a real chance for this award. I thought very hard about Caleb Downs, but I think that safety, it's a lot harder to get that award at
And
that position.
man, and I'm glad you said that because Nick Emenwari should have won it. I'm sorry, I know I'm a homer for that, but he should have won it over Schlesinger. And I think for that exact reason, I'm changing it because I did have Downs, and you made a great point. I think I'm gonna go David Bailey. I genuinely think just from like a
Wow, I didn't
for,
even think of.
just from a like purely like I don't even know how to say it like motor skills and what you need from a player like mechanically. I feel like he is just like textbook edge rusher. I don't think he'll be anything insanely great. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think if there's a rookie that could get a lot of sacks or like tackles for loss and steal the award from a guy that gets a bunch of tackles like an Arvell Reese or a Sonny Styles, I think David Bailey genuinely could do it,
Ooh.
especially on a defense that is so lackluster. I
I
genuinely
think
think,
that the lackluster defense really played into my pick of Sonny Styles as well in
yeah,
Washington. Like
well,
those two guys, they're gonna have to be great
yeah,
for those
for them to do
defenses to
anything.
be productive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for them to get a stop, pretty much. But yeah, I'm gonna go David Bailey. I did have Downs, and I think you're right that the position does matter, and that definitely favors edge rushers and linebackers. If you had told me Arvell Reese, I think I would agree with you more than Sonny Styles. I just don't.
Really?
I just I when I think of defensive player of the years, I try to like And I guess this is how the committee looks at it too. I'm looking for the sack numbers basically, unless they're setting like records in
I pressed the
interception
wrong
numbers.
button. Okay.
It doesn't matter. Jalen Johnson is blind, but I think that the NFL committee for these awards tend to favor, like you said, tackle numbers, but also sack numbers. I think sack numbers are king. So I like a David Bailey. I didn't like. It's very hypocritical of me because I didn't like the draft pick, but I feel like he could produce on a very subpar defensive line, like a team that just missed Quentin Williams. Um,
I did not expect the David Bailey at all.
I mean,
That's very
I
interesting.
had downs, but you brought up a great point.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean,
And I down Downs just feels like it
he
just
feels like a
feels
trap.
right almost.
Feels like
Yeah,
trap.
it feels like it should be that, but then you just think about like how wrong some of these, like not wrong, but like how strongly the committee leans when they vote to these like the premium positions or the like the more valuable positions in their eyes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just don't know if Caleb Downs it will can be valuable enough at safety to like take over a guy that's
I
gonna, like you said, like a David Bailey who might get a bunch of sacks, or even a Ruben Bain, Arville Reese, any of those
Ruben
guys that we
Bain's not a
talked
bad
about.
shot either. I just don't like missing Vita Vea. I mean, he's requesting a trade, so who knows what's going to happen with him and the Bucks on that front. It
Hmm.
just seems like the Bucks are imploding, and I'm telling
I know
you,
that poor
the
Bucks, man.
catalyst, the catalyst for this is Todd Bowles still is their coach. He should have been
Yep.
fired years ago. He should have been fired years
Yes, I
ago.
agree.
It should be Liam Cohen's team. I just I feel so bad for Bucks fans. And we have a bunch of them being from Florida.
Oh no.
Monongai, offensive player of the year. Oh, never mind. He's slow.
I'm actually gonna get to go to the Bucks Chiefs preseason game this year, so that'll be
Oh,
kind of
that's
fun.
sick. That's so cool. You gotta get some film from that. I'll throw it in
I'll
one of
just
these.
I record them.
Yeah,
Oh, we didn't. I guess we can talk about that at the end with Phil in time. I'll
yeah,
tell you
yeah,
later.
yeah. Okay, okay. But yeah, I genuinely think it'll be another case of like this player is the better defensive player, but the award is going to go to somebody with better numbers, just like it did this past season.
Hmm.
Like I think we'll say Nick Minori was the best rookie from defensively from the class, but Schlesinger just had better numbers. I think it'll be the exact same thing this year, unless Caleb Downs just lives up to the hype that I've built up in my head and that we've seen on tape. Which I mean I wouldn't doubt because Caleb Williams, not Caleb Williams, Caleb Downs is a freak. So, but yeah,
Yes.
if you had anything else to say on that, we can move to offensive rookie. It's up to you.
No, that was it for me.
Okay, well, I feel like this is another really boring one. Um,
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately,
it's a
the
quarterback
draft
award,
class
man.
just didn't. Yeah. Oh, you picked a quarterback.
Oh, you didn't pick a quarterback.
I did not. I did not.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Okay, I went with Carnell Tate. I thought this one might be
Wow.
way too vanilla. I do buy, and I think obviously now that you said you picked a quarterback, I don't think it's a secret that I'm assuming you picked Fernando Mendoza. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, what other
Okay.
quarterback would be here?
Yeah, I
Maybe.
didn't think
Well,
so. I was just
you know what? I'll
checking.
get to it after you're done. Go ahead.
I Tom Brady has been super
Oh my.
public about the way he feels with the. That was actually not a bad one. You got it
No,
down
it
pretty
was
badly with
so
this one.
bad. You should have seen the meter, bro. You should have seen the meter. What were you saying
um,
about Tom Brady?
I just feel like he's been so public about what he feels this rookie year should look like for Fernando Mendoza. I don't think that Fernando Mendoza is going to play. I mean, maybe he plays half the season, but I don't think that playing half the season would be enough for him to win that award. I
Oh, I
think that
mean,
Cardinal
Tyler Shuck
Tate
just did it, right? Or he should have done it.
he won
Who
the
did they give it?
Pepsi
Yeah,
he
he got
won
the
the
Pepsi
Pepsi
one.
he won,
Who did they
but
give it
not
to?
like it was Tet
Ted,
McMillan.
that's right. Yeah, and much I think that was the fact that it was even close. I mean, the fact that Tyler Shuck almost won it for playing like 7 games or 8 games, whatever amount he played, I think that just in my mind kind of I don't know more so defends my point of taking Mendoza because it's a
But
quarterback award and he's on such a loaded offense, man. Like if he puts up 2,500 yards or like close to 3,000 yards in like 9 games and has a solid touchdown ratio to interception ratio, I feel like it's just his
maybe
award to lose.
maybe it's just my, like, opinion on how many games he'll play that's affecting this. I don't think he even plays
I mean,
9 games this year. I think
how do you not think
you're
that
looking
with Kirk Cousins?
I think that there's no reason for Fernando Mendoza to have to put himself out there for a bunch of games this year. I think you just let him play the last 5, 6 games of the season at most. You get obviously a better draft pick. I think if no matter what happens, if Kirk Cousins does good, it's going to delay Fernando Mendoza coming on the field. If he does bad, then the front office can just say, "Hey, let's get a higher draft pick. We'll just leave him out there, and Fernando Mendoza can practice and develop under
Dude,
Kirk."
I don't agree with that philosophy at all, and maybe that is what they end
I
up doing.
and I don't think that like my personal philosophy would be that Fernando Mendoza plays the whole season. I just think we know like the nature of Brady and what he thinks and what he expects. I think that he's just
Man,
hard headed enough to say I don't want him playing that early.
I just I don't agree with that. I don't think they would do that because it's not like a Patrick Mahomes like Alex Smith situation. It's not a Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers situation. It's a this our starting quarterback is Kirk Cousins who can barely throw the ball further than 20 yards down the field, who is getting in fights with his star edge rusher and Max Crosby. Who knows if he'll even be alive by the time the season starts if he's picking fights with people like that. So it's like I don't see how Kirk makes it past 2 weeks. I don't see that. I just there's no world in my mind where Mendoza isn't a starter by at least week 3. Like I feel like just off of that, he could throw 15 interceptions and 20 touchdowns and I think he'd still win it. Now, Tate could put up
Yeah.
some, rookie wide receiver numbers that, haven't been seen in a little bit, but
I think that Tate is in a better position than Tet was a year ago. Like as far as
better
there's no one else on that
position?
team. Yeah,
Yeah,
who else is
yeah.
Cam Ward gonna throw the ball to? And
Dude,
Cam Ward,
Calvin
he's
Ridley,
gonna
man.
launch it.
Calvin Ridley.
I'm not worried about Calvin Ridley taking too many
Come
snaps
on,
for
man. Jags legend Calvin Ridley. That season was magical. He had a great year
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think that Carnell
4 years
Tate,
ago.
although he doesn't like he's gonna be a deeper ball wide receiver. I think he's a lot like Tedoroa McMillan and like the types of touches or not touches, but the types of targets that he's gonna get. I just don't see if Fernando Mendoza doesn't play 9 to 10 games, I don't think that he can win the award, and I think it'll be close to
Really?
if he's gonna play that many games.
Dude, I thought Shuck was gonna win
I
it last year, and like
I
McMillan
thought he
didn't
was
even have
too,
a
but
crazy
Shuck was
year.
also throwing to Chris Olave and not Trey Tucker or Dante
Yeah, but he
Thornton.
has Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty in
That's
the
true.
backfield, like game wrecking tight end. Like it
Why
literally
did
feels. Oh,
Bro, Stroud just pump faked and just took a sack.
oh, that's Grady
Let's
Jarrett,
go.
man. Falcons legend. But yeah, no,
Okay, thanks,
I
Stroud.
just it feels like it's just and Kubiak at the helm as well. Like it just feels too good to be true for Mendoza. I don't think he's gonna break any records or anything, but I genuinely think that he's in such a good position to succeed statistically. And imagine they get above 500 with him. Like if they go like 9-8 or 10-7,
If he plays 9 games and they go 6-3 and he throws for,
they're winning. He's
2,500
winning it.
yards, then yeah, then he will win it.
But I mean, what did Shuck
But I
do?
don't Shuck was much less than that.
I mean, less than that,
I
but
don't
he's in that realm. Like he actually
yeah.
made it a controversy towards the end of the year.
Shuck also just he didn't throw a lot of touchdown passes. That was a struggle for him.
Yeah.
Like, which I think that'll change. That's something rookies can often struggle with that, just depending on the offense and experience. But Fernando Mendoza, I think, would probably be throwing a lot more touchdowns than Shuck would be. But you also have to think: is Ashton Genty going to get any of those? Like, if they get close to the goal line, are
A
they going to
hundred
pound it with
percent, a
Genty?
hundred percent, and he likes to do that.
That's
Kubiak loves to use the
yeah.
running backs, as we saw. But will it be Genty? Will it be? I mean, it doesn't matter if it's not going to Mendoza for his case, but um, he likes to use a committee. I'm kind of nervous for a Genty backfield, but
I'm a tad nervous, but then I looked at the depth chart and saw that Mike Washington's basically the only other guy there.
come
No
on,
way.
man, Mike Washington, bro, isn't that who do you play
The
for?
Arkansas
Arkansas?
running
Yeah,
back. Yep.
Arkansas. That's all right.
He's a freak of nature, but he fumbles a lot.
So would you say that you would have rather have Jeremiah Love over Mendoza as a favorite for the Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the
No,
Year?
I would much prefer
House call.
Mendoza than
Dang it.
Jeremiah Love. I don't think that Jeremiah Love really has a case for it. That team's so bad, and on top of that team being so bad, there's 4 other running backs there, and I just don't see Arizona using him as, like, a true bell cow. There's no reason to do that to him whenever
Yeah.
you're not playing for anything serious, like, you n and why did what would be
What the what in the world?
there's the lag.
Dude,
I mean, I don't see the case or reason to have Jeremiah Love being a bell cow, like, hurt him and put all that tread on him so you can win 1 extra game. I mean, it just wouldn't make any sense to me.
hurdle. Oh, I
Uh-oh.
clicked it, but no. But yeah, no, I mean, I would rather honestly hear out Jeremiah Love than Tate. I know that
What
Tate
about
has
what
no.
about a
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, 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 go ahead.
What about Carson Beck?
Dude, stop. Well, okay, no, you know what? In that vein, I could see a Cade Klubnik. He could end up being a shuck.
Ooh,
He could end up being a shuck of last
he
year.
could. He
Like
could.
and he just got listed as a number 2 in the depth chart, which rookies just don't get that this early into the season. Like even though it is the Jets, okay, don't get me wrong, it's the Jets, but like traditionally rookie quarterbacks just don't get that kind of. I mean, rookies in general don't get that kind of,
Mm.
you know, noticeability off the rip. So honestly, it could end up being a very tight race between like 3 white quarterbacks in Beck and Klubnik and Mendoza. I genuinely think like those are all very winnable starting jobs for all 3 of them. And if one of them wins and they end up doing well, I could I could 100% see one of them winning it over Tate. And you got to remember, Wandale Robinson is there, and he is a target merchant. Like he gets like 10 targets a game.
Yeah, but I and this was just happenstance a couple weeks ago. I looked at Cam Ward's throw chart. He loves outside deep third. Like that
Yeah,
was his favorite spot to throw, and that is 100% Carnell Tate's game. I
touchdown.
just think that
Oh.
if he scored that, I would have flipped out. I think that Cam Ward is gonna find him a lot because he's gonna have to get outside of the pocket. You know that Cam Ward loves to operate outside of the pocket. He doesn't scramble, he doesn't run a lot, but he does, he gets out and he can create in the backfield. And so he just throws it up to whoever's the most reliable guy. I think Carnell Tate can be like his safety valve, and I think that's where Carnell Tate gets a lot of his production
See,
from is looking at.
I would say that would be Wandale, and I feel like Tate is more of the vertical threat. Like they've got their slot guy in Wandale. He's gonna get all those underneath targets. Like I don't see like he's competing with Wandale. He's competing with who knows if the ghost of Ridley can be productive as a wide receiver 3. But I feel like Tate is kind of that intermediate, like JSN build, has a very extensive route tree, and kind of just does it all. Whereas Wandale's in the slot, running a drag, running a slant, running a whip route, running bubble screens and all the like. So like I just feel like the competition may not be crazy, but the role in which would get him at least a lot of touches. I think he can be productive enough to win it, but the amount of touches he's getting, I don't think is as concrete as we think it is on the surface. At least in my opinion, I think he's definitely the de facto number 1 wide receiver for them week 1, but I don't think that alone would make him my favorite. I don't think it's like ridiculous that you have him there, but I think it's just more lenient towards quarterbacks.
That makes sense. And like I said, I think it would only really take like 9 games for Fernando Mendoza to win it unless something just like catastrophic happens and
Or Tate goes
completely
crazy,
unexpected.
like the Cam Ward
Yeah,
Tate
or
connection's
Tate
crazy.
goes crazy. Maybe Gino goes down in week 1 and Cade Klubnik
Yeah,
plays 18
dude.
games and
I
he
think that was genuinely like I only had 1 pick in the dynasty draft this year just because I shipped everyone off for talent, all the picks I had for talent, but I got him in the third, and I genuinely think that could end up being a starter. What a flock, Will Anderson Jr. What a monster. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's Mendoza to me. I don't think it's like super controversial. You have Tate. I think he's
I
definitely a favorite, but
I think Mendoza for me would be second on the list of people that I think could win it.
second. Yeah,
Behind Tate, yeah. I
yeah,
think
that's
Tate
fair.
and then Mendoza to me. Like I said, if he plays 9 games, I think he locks it up, but if he doesn't, I think that Tate will take it.
I mean, you know, you joked about Carson Beck, but he's another situation where, you know,
It's
maybe he
not I mean,
just
all you
pulls a
have to do is beat Jacoby Brissett.
exactly. He could, and he's on a very like small deal for a quarterback. Like the fact that he was holding out for what he held out for is
I know,
kind of
dude. It
crazy.
was I can't remember the exact number, but it was only like and I
Was it
say up just
44?
$1,000,000. Yeah.
I couldn't remember
I
the
think it
number.
like, that was how much that was going to be added to it. Like, I say just $1,000,000, like $1,000,000 isn't a lot of money, but,
Yeah, yeah. For
like,
them, it's
in
nothing.
the grand scheme of things for quarterbacks, like, really, that's what we're
Yeah,
holding out for?
yeah. But hey, man, secure that mill, I guess, man. You know, I'd do the same. I would
Hey,
do the
it's
same.
probably his last contract, I mean
Exactly. I mean, he might be a journeyman for the rest of his career, but yeah, yeah. You know, I don't know. Did you have anything else to say about offensive
No,
rookie of the year?
I like the Mendoza pick, like I said, 9 games and he gets it.
I really thought we were gonna be on the
Maybe
same
one of those
wavelength
other
there.
quarterback I thought we were too.
I mean, yeah. I would you? I think Tyson's in a better situation than Tate, just from like an
Well, I
offensive
don't know about
standpoint.
that.
Kellen Moore and how often they throw the ball, and you know, Olave's not
But you have Olave
the
there, and
but he's not the
Chuck and
picture of health,
Olave
you know.
yeah, that's true, but he seemed to connect really good with oh, that's picked.
Oh
Oh,
well,
wow.
you know,
I
if I
can't
could,
believe that wasn't picked.
if I could press
If you could
triangle,
react on
yeah,
time,
if I could react to time, maybe.
if your player would react, but, yeah, Tyson might have a good argument for it.
Maybe
I
even
don't know.
Mackay, bro. If that offense looks good on the Eagles, like I could genuinely
No,
see that. You don't see that at
no, not
all?
Mackay, I don't see that at all.
Really? That's a pick.
Nah,
Oh, you're terrible.
I mean, no, yeah, I don't see that in
Do you
any
just not
world.
like him as a prospect? I can't remember what your thoughts were on him.
No, I don't dislike him, but he's gonna be in the slot for pretty much the whole year, and Jalen Hurts is his quarterback. They just don't throw the ball a ton,
I mean, that's
and
fair.
Devonta Smith, I think, ends up with a lot of those targets. Like, I think it's gonna be very concentrated to him.
Boom. Oh my goodness.
Do I just kick the field goal, or do I throw it one more
Kick the field
time?
goal, bro. You're gonna get your three.
I might miss it, though. I'm pretty bad at field goals. I think for my own safety, I have to just go for it, and if I get it, I get it. If I don't, then I would've just missed it
Oh,
anyways.
he's dead. Boom.
Oh
Oh, he's
gosh.
dead. He's dead.
4 seconds. I'm just gonna run another play.
All
If
right.
we
Any
don't get
other?
it, we don't get it.
Hey, I like that. Live and die by it. Let's see what you got.
Oh, he burns. He burns here. I can see it. Inside.
Pick to the crib. To the crib.
No,
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 go,
not
go,
to the
go.
crib.
Kyler
Dang it.
Gordon.
I thought if I pulled that to the inside, it would be fine.
No,
Dang
sir.
it. Okay.
No, sir.
What's next? Would it be defensive
Um,
player of the year?
yeah, let's go defensive player of the year. I think that one would be this one. Another one might we. I think we could be on the same wavelength.
I don't think we picked the same person.
Really,
This is
really.
someone I'm very high on this year.
Oh wow. Okay. I don't. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to.
I'd like to hear yours first.
I've got Will Anderson Jr. You've got him on your
We
team.
picked the same person.
I told you we
We
were, bro.
did go with the same one.
I
I did not
told you, man.
expect that. I love Will Anderson Jr.
I think he'll. Dude, the Texans unit is just insane. And if
It's
they just
going to
had,
be somebody from the Texans. I think it has to be.
I mean, if not Will, who would it be?
I just had an epiphany
Wait, who?
for something that we talked about 25 minutes ago.
Oh, please. Yeah, bring it up.
Could comeback player of the year not be Aaron Donald? He hasn't played in 3 seasons.
What are the parameters for
I
comeback
don't
player of the
know.
year? What in the world? Jaden Higgins? Or yeah, that's Jaden
He's
Higgins.
so slow.
He
But yeah,
is
could it
slow.
not if he's inside the parameters and he plays like half of the defensive snaps a game, he wins it.
Well, did
Hands
did
down.
Tom Brady win comeback player of the year when he unretired and went to the Bucks?
That's a great question.
I don't think he did, right?
I don't actually know.
Oh, that's a touchdown. Dude,
I
Tremaine,
would
you're
have
burnt toast.
Yeah, anyways, we can go back to Will Anderson Jr. Sorry, I just had, like, the
No, I think
craziest epiphany.
that's a good.
That popped into my brain, and it was like a
That's
light
actually
bulb
such
turned
a
on.
good point. That would be. He would have to have like I think a generational, not maybe not a generational season, but he'd have to probably have like a 15 sack season as a nose tackle or something like that. I mean, maybe not that crazy, but he'd have to have a pretty good year. Dead man, come on, man. With the guardian cap and all, how you getting tackled by somebody with a guardian cap? Is that Chop Robinson? No, he's on Miami in this game.
Tom Brady did not win comeback player of the year that he unretired, so maybe that doesn't qualify you.
Yeah, I think you have to either come back from an injury or like, does it have to be an injury?
I I don't understand the parameters of that award well enough.
Oh, that's a
We're
pick.
just gonna
Oh my goodness, it actually is a pick. Oh no, it's not. He just mossed me. All right, I'll
Nico.
yeah, I'll see myself out. I'll see myself out. Hold on, you
Nico.
talk about whoever you want to talk about. I'm looking up the parameters for comeback player.
Okay. I'll just if Aaron Donald qualifies, I think just the fact that he hasn't played in 3 years, maybe, like, Tom Brady wasn't retired long enough, like you said, you're about to pull the parameters, but everyone's already so hyped about it, just especially if they have, like, a solid season and he has, like you said, even a decent number of sacks, I think that it's an easy shout to say that he could totally win the award.
Okay, all it says is the comeback player of the year is an award that focuses on honoring a player who shows resilience by overcoming a severe physical injury, illness, or major adversity that caused them to miss playing time during the previous season.
Then,
So
yeah, he probably doesn't qualify
yeah, because I think he'd have
because
to
it's
have
something
played last
causing you
year.
to miss playing time,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he just willfully retired. So
Yeah, he willfully retired. Okay, never mind, forget anything. Forget it.
yeah,
I I'm
this
retarded.
description says the award is not intended for players who simply transitioned from playing who simply transitioned from playing poorly, aka coming back from sucking, or sat on the bench as a backup during a down year. So wait, Kyler Loki could not win it actually, because by
Yeah,
that
because he wasn't
definition,
really
he just
injured,
I mean
was
he
he?
kind of just got in.
He was, like, soft bench
Well,
it he was,
yeah,
like, soft benched
he did
for the
get
foot
injured,
injury.
but then they used that. I feel like they kind of milked that, like
Yeah, that the foot injury wasn't 14 weeks of
no, no, no,
recovery.
no. I was watching that game when he got injured. I don't think it was that bad, but I'm not a doctor, so. But yeah,
So dang.
I think it would be awesome if they if they made it to players like if they made it able for players who come out of retirement. Because like imagine Philip Rivers lit up the NFL last season and he won comeback player of the year and led the
Oh,
Colts to a
dude.
playoff berth. You know how awesome that would have been? Yo,
He
that'd
should've if
be
that was
so
the case, then he
sick.
has to win it.
That'd be so sick, man. Oh, that's a touchdown.
No. Oh.
Oh my,
Wait, he dropped it.
what is he
Wait,
doing?
he's got a
What
first
was
and 10?
that?
He just got smashed, but it
I
still
don't,
counted as a first down.
dude. Who knows, man? I can't even comprehend what I'm doing.
We could go back to,
Oh yeah, defensive
defensive
player of the
player of the
year.
year,
Yeah,
Will Anderson. I like I said, I think there's multiple people on this defense that could win this award. This defense has
I
so many
feel like it's
stars
only Will
and
Anderson. Like has a real shot of winning it. Like Stingley would have to put up like Patrick
that
Surtain numbers.
Stingley is the other person that I had on this
I
defense
think
that I
he's
thought could win
definitely
it.
like the second favorite, but he'd have to put up ridiculous numbers, interceptions wise.
You
Like
you don't think that Hunter would have a shot?
Hunter could just because he has Will Anderson on the other side of the field. Like I mean, I guess like
They feed off of each
um,
other a
I
lot.
mean, they're both phenomenal, and Danielle Hunter is one of the premier edge rushers of the league. I just don't know. For me at this point, it's a longevity issue, and he's proven that he can play well into his 30s now. Um, I don't know if there's a player in a better situation or primed to be in a better situation or has that like this much pressure on him to be a defensive player of the year candidate in Will Anderson Jr. Like he
Was
fits the
he
mold.
was he defensive rookie of the year his rookie
Yes,
year?
yes, he was. I'm almost certain he
Okay.
was. I think it was both him and Stroud, right?
Oh, did they maybe it was.
Will
I
Anderson
don't remember.
Jr. Oh,
I was trying to
Anderson.
remember because I think he was a year before Verse. I know Verse won it one year. or
Yeah, he
versus
won it.
rookie year.
Was it 23 for him?
Yeah.
Defensive rookie of the year. Yes, he did.
Okay. Yeah.
7 sacks.
I could
Not bad.
totally see. I think in my opinion, Will Anderson Jr. is the most like the just the easiest to see winning it. Like I said, I mentioned Derek Stingley. I think that he could totally be a guy that could win this award. I think Daniil Hunter has a shot. Like if Will Anderson doesn't win it, I think that that could mean that Daniil Hunter got all the sacks. Like I think
Yeah,
that was my thought behind Daniil Hunter. Like if Will Anderson Jr. doesn't win it, then somebody on that team has to have the sacks, and that would be at that point it has to be Daniil Hunter.
yeah,
But
that's fair.
I also thought that Christian Gonzalez was a good guy for this award. I know
It's
that
just so
DBs
hard
are
for a DB to win it, man, because they're
yeah,
judged so much harsher. Like the sacks are
and
the pretty number that everyone wants to
yeah,
see. Like,
unless you have like a crazy number of interceptions, maybe or
oh, that's not who I wanted, but yeah,
that I think that a crazy number of interceptions could really help. But that was the only other guy outside of Stingley that I had picked for this one would have been Gonzalez.
Gonzalez. Low-key a dark horse, and this may be just because you're a Chargers fan, but a dark horse is Derwin James. Like, he's been so productive. Like, he is a top three safety just about every year. At least he's in the conversation. I don't think he's going to be in the realm of defensive player of the year, but if that defense can scrounge up enough of what Mentor left them and play at a competent level, I mean, maybe he gets some numbers. Uh, any other dark horses? I genuinely think it could be anyone on the Seahawks. Um, you
Yeah, there's
name a
definitely a
player, you name a player. I think they could win it. Did you? Oh, I mean, Miles Garrett now on the Rams with that insane
oh dude.
defense. He could just
And
back to back.
if Aaron Donald is there taking up, two guys in the middle, then Miles Garrett's gonna
Dude,
eat.
that I hate
Have we ever
my
seen the sack
life.
record broken 2 times in a row?
No, I don't. I don't think so. I don't think so. At
Because it
least not
could
while I was alive.
because if Aaron Donald comes out of retirement, I think it's actually a possibility.
Dude, that is such a
Especially
nasty
because
team.
especially because the Rams get the second place schedule and not the first place schedule because
It's so
obviously the
stupid,
Seahawks.
man.
So the Rams get the second place schedule on top of Aaron Donald coming back. I mean, I have no idea. That could be Miles Garrett breaking the sack record 2 years in a row would be crazy.
Oh my goodness, kill me. Why did I kick the ball, Cole? Why did I kick the ball? I can't play the game. I can't play the game.
This might be my only chance to win. What would it be my second win I've ever
Second
won?
win. Second win. And the
Yes.
the first one
Just
was
had
a
to give you
barn
a
burner.
crutch. Just had to give you a crutch.
Hey, the game's not over until the fat lady sings, and I don't feel like singing yet, so it's not over.
Oh, the
But
little underhand dump. Okay.
looked like that was a little Mahomie. Wait, speaking of that, did you hear? Did you hear? Friggin' what's his name? The announcer I hate. What's his name?
Collinsworth?
Yeah, Collinsworth. Did you hear him?
Talk about
When?
Carson Beck?
Yes, dude. Did you?
Dude,
Did you?
I was
He
gonna
made
bring
like
that up
a
at the end of this
he.
video, just
he
the Hall of Fame game in general. Can we please get Chris Collinsworth out of the booth? And if
out of
he's
the booth
allowed back in,
permanently.
he should not be allowed to say Patrick Mahomes' name unless Patrick Mahomes is playing. He
I
says that
can't
every
stand him.
quarterback in the league is Patrick Mahomes when they have a good play.
I cannot
Everyone is
stand
Patrick
him,
Mahomes
bro.
apparently. Like he's trying to glaze Patrick Mahomes, but he just does it so often that it almost kind of devalues what Mahomes can do because apparently everybody can do what Mahomes does
Yeah,
according to Chris
I
Collinsworth.
agree.
It's kind of ridiculous how often everyone is just Mahomes.
And
I
the did you see the play that it was on that he did it?
yeah, it was a
It was
it
just a
was the
check
back
down.
shoulder fade.
It was
Oh, I thought you were
I
talking
thought
about the touchdown.
no, no. Did,
He
did he
said
say for the
something on the
touchdown too?
touchdown. Yeah, he said something on
Dude,
the
he
touchdown. I
said
was like,
one. He
he
said
threw
one
it up
for
in the
like a
corner.
sidearm, bro. Yeah, I saw that. That was a good throw. I mean, it was a good throw, but like he was saying Mahomes for that one too.
It's a fifth string DB. I mean, Mahomes has never played against the defense that bad.
No, he has not.
It
Not since high
I
school,
just
maybe.
I can't. I just can't stand let Patrick Mahomes be spoke about whenever he needs to be spoke about. Not like
Or if
I
there's
guess
genuinely a play that actually reminds
yeah, if
you of
someone actually
Mahomes,
does
like
something Mahomes like, then mention it, but you don't have to mention it every time someone makes a good play. What really bothers me is whenever he says it about non-quarterbacks.
Dude,
He's
it's
like,
like, what are we talking about now? What are we? I he like he has to be employed just because every time he says something like this, it gets people talking about him. Like that's got to be the only reason he's still employed. I don't.
he's probably like one of the most
I
searched analysts because of what he
hate
does,
him.
like the most memed analyst, and so they just keep bringing him back. Anyways,
Defensive player of the
oh
year.
yeah,
Defense.
defensive player of the year. I'm going Will Anderson. I don't
Yeah,
think there's any argument with that.
I mean, I could see that, but maybe a Devon Witherspoon. How you feel about that?
I don't feel that.
You t- you okay?
Yeah.
All right,
Not
all
not
right,
not feeling the Devon Witherspoon one.
all right. What
Is
about
it possible? Yes, he's totally a player that is talented enough to do it, but I don't know. I don't think that it'll be happening this
just
year.
give me some cope, a little bit of cope, man. What about a oh, I just had a name. Oh, Micah Parsons. Oh, dude, he would actually be a good idea for comeback player of the year.
He could be comeback player of the year because he'd have the injury. He could totally win defensive player of the year too. Isn't he supposed to miss a couple of games this year though? Like
Yeah,
he's not gonna
yeah.
be playing week 1. That could hurt his chances
Dude, if I
at
could just press triangle,
Jaden Higgins on that route is cooking
just
because you just
murdering
can't
me,
press the
bro.
right button. I'll throw it somewhere else. I'll throw it somewhere else.
No, that's fair.
But next up would be offensive player of the year. I'm actually very excited to see who you have for
I
this
went
one.
super boring. I went super boring. I mean, I feel like this is like
Oh,
the
I
fan
went super exciting.
consensus. I love that because I don't. There's a lot less to talk about my pick than there is for yours. I'm sure it was Gibbs. I mean, I
Come
don't
on,
think.
Stroud. He was out of bounds, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
No,
was.
dude,
Yeah, he
come
was. Right
on.
next to the bear, man. It was the bear. He was scared of him. I don't blame him. I'd be scared too. Look at that bear over there. But yeah, I went Gibbs. Just feel like the shackles have been
Ooh.
unleashed. He is off the leash. No more Monty to worry about. And I'm sorry, I never celebrate an injury, and I'm not celebrating here. I'm just bringing it up. Isaiah Pacheco just suffered, what was it, an MCL sprain or something
I
like
can't
that?
remember what it was.
It
Yeah.
was something like that that he's gonna miss time. So now his backup is Simone Vaki, and no disrespect to Simone Vaki, but he is not even the caliber of last year's Isaiah Pacheco. Uh, it just feels like if there were to be a non NFL, a non quarterback NFL MVP, this would be the year, and I feel like it would be Gibbs. It's just he's so well set up for success statistically. Um, there's not much better of a dream scenario for a running back than Gibbs is in right now. He's gonna get like 20 touches a game, and like five of those are gonna be catches, or targets. So like it just feels like a dream scenario for him, especially. And we always bring it back to fantasy, even though we're not a fantasy podcast. He's gonna feast, man. He is absolutely gonna feast. What a run! What a scramble!
I'm very interested to hear what you have to think about
Oh
my pick
goodness.
then. I tried not to be let me preface this pick with this. I did not want to like I was trying number 1 not to have the same answers as you because I really did like Jahmyr Gibbs for this award as well. I think that Jameer Bijan is but Jameer obviously being on the better team with, a little bit better of a supporting cast makes it a little bit more likely. So I was trying to be still realistic, and I do think this is actually very realistic. Maybe this gets flamed, but like I said, outside of what maybe the top 2 names are, I think that AJ Brown could legitimately
What?
have an
Did you go
offensive
AJ
player of the year.
Brown?
Yes, my pick
No
for this
way.
award is AJ
What?
Brown. I think that it's super possible. I think him and Drake May are a crazy combo. Like the skill set just complements and is so oh no way that got batted. But the skill set complements so well. I think that he's going to catch a lot of deep passes. I think he's going to catch a lot of touchdowns. I think that he could have a lot of the same production that JSN had. Obviously, he's getting it in a different way, but I think that he could have another one of these just high receiving yards, lots of touchdown type of season, and he's going to get very concentrated targets. I mean, I don't really like anybody else in that offense
Dude, I don't
catching the
like.
ball.
I mean, yeah.
Romeo Dobbs, Mac Hollins, Kayshon Boutte. I mean, there's not a lot of guys there that make you feel super confident, and they lost Stephon Diggs, which was while only playing like 50% of the snaps, still had the most targets. I mean, I think that AJ Brown's gonna just absolutely eat.
Dude, offensive player of the year though? I agree that
I
he'll
I think it's
be. Go ahead.
I think it's 100% within the realm of possibilities. I think AJ Brown
He's got to be a
is.
dark horse for it though. Like he can't be. Do you genuinely think like he's like a favorite to win it?
I don't know what the lines say, like a Vegas line. I would
I
have to
don't
go
even.
look at that.
I looked at some on like Call Sheet, and I don't think he was even on the top 10.
Hold on, let me just put up real quick.
But yeah,
Offensive player.
AJ Brown might. That might be the most ridiculous. I thought maybe you were gonna say someone like if you said like Smitty, Devontae Smith. If you said him, I'd hear that. I mean, I don't
I
think
thought about Smitty. My
Smitty is
picks,
a
like,
fun
I
one.
thought really hard
Smitty
about
is a
Smitty.
fun one,
The
bro.
the thing that kind of pulled me off Smitty a little bit was just the low passing volume offense with Jalen Hurts.
But are they gonna be low passing right
Okay,
now? Like,
here are the odds. Let me see how far down do I have to go for AJ Brown. AJ Brown is 16th highest odds.
I mean, that's not crazy, but he's definitely a dark horse.
There's
Like,
a couple guys in front of him that I don't agree with at all.
what? Like who?
Um, James Cook, Saquon, Justin
Yeah,
Jefferson. I don't think there's any, like, you're just betting purely on the talent, not the fact that, you have. Oh, I called the wrong play. That's okay. I was looking at the
touchdown.
odds.
Oh well, if I could move my stick, whatever.
CD Lamb, I don't think should have a higher
Really,
chance than him. Rasheed, no, with George
dude?
Pickens there too.
Yeah, but
They're
like
gonna be
exactly
splitting it a
because of
lot.
that. But exactly because of that, right? And they throw the piss out of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can kind of see it, but AJ Brown doesn't have a George Pickens taking targets from him.
I mean, Dubs could be that. We don't know what Dubs looks like outside of Green
No,
Bay.
Dubs is not getting even close to what George Pickens can do.
Of course not.
George
Of
Pickens is
course
way
not.
more talented.
I'm saying that for argument's sake, like playing
Yeah,
devil's advocate here. Like he could be. I mean, he was solid in Green Bay, but Green Bay's passing offense, unless your name was Tucker Kraft, is kind of lackluster. So I mean, I could see him taking that wide receiver two role. I mean, who knows?
I definitely don't like Rasheed Rice having higher odds than
That is a
AJ
little
Brown.
crazy, especially since he's missing Patrick Mahomes for like 5 games or so, however long. Like that could
Yeah,
very
and that's
well.
if that's Rasheed Rice. I don't know if anyone's seen the training camp video. He looks like one of the slowest, just stiff receivers
Yeah,
I've ever seen run a route in my life. Does not.
yeah.
If he gets it, it's because Andy Reid has
Schemed
literally
it,
schemed
schemed it for him. Yeah,
every play in their playbook to go to Rasheed Rice. I don't think that's happening. I don't think that they're very happy with him at the moment.
yeah. No,
Yeah, I don't like. I think there's at least 7 to 8 people on these odds that I might would put him over.
put. Oh, wow, 7 to 8 people over for offensive player of the year.
Yeah. I Saquon, so we'll go 1 Saquon, James Cook 2,
James Cook,
Derrick
low key,
Henry,
dude, low key. James Cook has been on fire these past couple of years. Like,
but there's gonna be 2 other running backs that are definitely gonna be better than him because they're gonna get
of
receiving work.
course, yeah, of course, but he gets some of that.
That's true, he does get a little bit, just not nearly as much. I'm definitely putting him over CD Lamb, so that's gonna be number 4.
That's crazy.
Nico Collins is 5, Rashee Rice is 6, and I think that's where I would have it. So I would have him at 10th shortest odds. 10th shortest
I mean,
odds.
that's fair. I
Offensive player of the
definitely
year.
think he should be at least close to like top 10, top 12. So that's a fair ranking. But I
I just
mean,
think it's gonna be a lot like how Jackson Smith and Jigba, I mean, the Seahawks, they were one of the lowest passing rates in the NFL,
yep,
but they were so efficient with it, and it all went to him.
yep.
Like, there wasn't anybody else taking a lot from him. I think that's gonna be a lot like what it's gonna be with AJ Brown and Drake May. There's not a lot for anybody to take from him. They're gonna be and they'll honestly probably be a higher passing volume offense than the Seahawks. I mean, they
Oh,
throw the ball a
100%,
ton. Drake
100%.
May's gonna sling it. He's one of the best deep ball throwers in the league. The skill set matches. I really like AJ Brown as maybe like you said, maybe it's more of a dark horse play, but I do think that like whenever I was going through some of these names, it just kind of made too much sense outside of like when you look at the obvious people that are just always in contention for it. Bijan, Jamar Chase, Jameer Gibbs, JSN has already won it now, so you have to say he's in contention for it. There's no argument against it. Outside of the obvious like five people, I think AJ Brown's right there.
I mean, that is fair, and that's sound logic, so I'm not going to defute it too hard. I'm just very surprised you went AJ Brown. I thought it was consensus going to be Jameer Gibbs, like the runaway favorite, and I think he is the runaway favorite, like
Yes,
rightfully
absolutely.
so.
Like I said, outside of the two favorites, this was where I like kind of ended up with
And purely
trying to
for
pick somebody
discussion's
that
sake,
was,
that's
yeah,
yeah.
for discussion, and so that way you can kind of like we got to see a lot more names and talk through a little bit more. Like I said, I think I would have him at 10th highest odds whenever I'm just looking at Vegas lines here.
I could
There's
see
a guy actually behind AJ Brown on the lines that I would probably move up above him
who.
in Ashton Genty.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I think Genty has a higher chance than
But
like a
it's
guy
going to
like
be that
Saquon or
committee,
James
man.
Cook.
That committee, man.
I I think the committee was different whenever it was Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. Mike Washington is no Zach Charbonnet. Zach
I mean, that's
Charbonnet
fair.
is actually a pretty talented guy. Mike
Yeah.
Washington has fumble problems. I mean,
Well,
there's a lot more going on with Mike Washington than there was with Zach Charbonnet.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Um, But I do like that you went AJ Brown. That's a very interesting pick. And if that ends up winning, if he ends up winning that, you called your shot. That dude, you might as well
He's
put 5 on that right now.
he's like you said, with we're not a fantasy podcast, but he is
Great
my like
situation. Great situation.
I'm going for him in every draft that I have this year. I want AJ Brown.
I mean,
No way he drops
he's
that.
holding too. Holding. Let's go.
No
Beautiful.
way. Illegal man
Yeah.
downfield?
Oh, decline that. Go
What are
ahead and
you
take your
doing,
3.
bro?
Go ahead and take your 3, man.
No, I'm going for
Go.
it.
What are you, psycho? I gave you a free 3 points, and you're gonna do this. All right, fair. Well, we can move into what before we move on, I think another person that is not traditionally an offensive player of the year in just like by position. What are you
Dude, I thought he
what are
dropped
you
that.
doing, Edwards? Edwards should have had a pick 6. Lock in, man. Oh my goodness, you're selling me. Um, I think a quarterback that could win this award very easily, Caleb Williams, just because of how much they're going to be throwing the ball.
Ooh,
Like they're going to be
may
throwing the mess out the ball, man.
after this play, I'll look at his odds. I'll see how far down they have him. I guess I could see it. I
I mean,
think that I
just
could see it.
I mean, he's probably going to be more so. I guess not because offensive player of the year is kind of just like best offensive
Caleb
player. That's
Williams
not.
is like 28th shortest
That's
odds,
fair.
I think, is what I'm looking at here.
That's fair. I think that he should maybe that should be a little higher, but that's just me. Maybe a T Law
I think they just have the quarterbacks a lot lower on the offensive player of the year
because
odds
it's
because people are betting on
MVP.
non-quarterback. Yeah,
Yeah,
because that award's gonna go to the
and
MVP if it's a
and we can
quarterback.
go ahead and move into the MVP if you'd like. And you said
I
this was also a pretty. What were you
no,
saying?
I think that this one might not be super surprising. I don't know.
I went a little surprising. A little.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Well, no. Let's hear if yours is safer. Let's go with yours first because I wanna hear what you gotta say.
I almost picked two people from the same team. I ended up changing up some stuff earlier.
Okay.
I think that Justin Herbert has a really easy shot at MVP this year.
I think he's definitely a favorite, 100%.
I like I said, not super exciting, but as far as like
Outside of
exciting
like,
as in who you're picking,
yeah, yeah,
outside of the obvious, like obviously Josh Allen always has a shot. Patrick Mahomes, if he plays the full year and he's healthy, has a
Joe
shot.
Burrow,
I think,
Lamar.
yeah, I mean, Justin Herbert, if it's ever gonna be a year, it's gonna be this year. And I
If
think
oh
what it's
man,
gonna come down to is if he wins a couple of playoff games, I think that he can really lock it in.
if he
I
can
think
win a
that
playoff game, he hasn't won it. He hasn't won one yet. Oh no, he did win one, right? He won against the Ravens,
I
right?
I think they
They beat
won this
Lamar.
last year. I don't know how I can't remember.
They did not win last year. I promise you, they were first round exit. But do you
Yeah,
think
I can't remember.
if Herbert wins the MVP this year, will he finally shed the tag of what if man or potential man?
Yes, absolutely. If he
Really?
has an MVP under his belt, then yeah, you can't. There's no more. I mean, after it's the same thing for Lamar, and
Yeah.
Lamar's won more playoff games. Obviously, he's got a little bit more. under his belt as far as wins in the playoffs. But it was like he won his first MVP, and then everybody's like, okay, not that winning a Super Bowl now doesn't matter. Oh,
Yeah,
I missed this.
beautiful. I'm back in. Yeah, like I have time.
But I think that I think he definitely has a really good shot at it. Especially like the
He's
argument all
lucky.
off season for people is like who's gonna be the guy on the Chargers? Like who's gonna catch all those
Yeah,
passes?
yeah.
Who's gonna be the guy? What Justin
House
Herbert's the
call.
one that's doing all this. Like he's the one that's gonna be spreading it out to him. I think,
Mm,
especially with a healthy offensive line, and especially, and this would just be like a cherry on top, if he can still rush. I think it was 475 yards last year. If he rushes for 400 plus, I think that would really help his case as well. Like the extra rushing on the side. I mean, he had some really good like get out of the pocket moves last year, but it's
yeah.
because he had to. Obviously, he's running for his life and he had
Yeah,
a
that
broken hand.
dude, that line was terrible last year, man.
I think that there's a lot of things that could really add up and stack for Justin Herbert this year to be able to win it.
And he's got the marriage buff too, at least the engagement buff, like he's gonna
Yeah, that's true.
um
The marriage buff helps.
yeah, that definitely would help. So, I went a little bit outside, um but nothing. I don't think I went anything crazy. I went Caleb Williams. I'm playing with the
Ooh.
MVP. I
I don't know if
and
I
this is
agree with
my
that one.
case. This is my case. I know that
Okay, I'll
it's
I'll hear it. I'll hear it.
definitely not a fan favorite. I think it will very much be a reminiscent of this past year's Dallas Cowboys. The the Bears have such a terrible defense that they are going to at least be in close games pretty much every game. And when you're in close games like that or when you're trailing a lot, you're going to be throwing the ball a lot. So if
Mhm,
Caleb
mhm.
Williams can take that next step and improve on the efficiency and the accuracy issues that he was dealing with this past season, which I think he can with Ben Johnson at the helm and another year under the system, I genuinely think that statistically the Bears could have their first ever 4,000-yard passer as well as their first. Well, actually, I don't know if it's their first MVP, but an MVP would be with the Bears. I think just from how the team is built and their circumstances that they're going to be in and such a tough division, if they want to repeat success that they had this past season, they're going to need Caleb Williams to take the next step. And I genuinely think he can do that. So I think just because of the game scenarios they're going to be in, the weapons he has around him, another year under Ben Johnson's play scheme, and we saw towards the latter half of the season, especially in the playoffs, what Caleb Williams looks like when he's outside of the pocket and improvising. So I think he's definitely not the favorite, but I'm gonna plant my flag. I'm gonna call it. And now you might counter argue with, well, he's the Madden cover. It's the Madden curse. And I would say to that, you're probably right. So I would agree with you on that if you brought that up. But I'm still gonna plant my flag. I'm gonna say this is Caleb Williams' year. Hurdle incoming.
I thought I was waiting for it. I kinda
Dude,
pulled up at the
I
end
pressed
waiting
it
to
I
get
pressed it
hurdled.
before I passed the first down line, bro.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's been a rough one. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going Caleb
I
Williams.
I don't necessarily think that my counter is gonna be the Madden curse, even though I guess that does kinda play into it, although I don't like,
Dude,
I
that
hate
shit
the
was 7 years
what's it
ago.
called? The not conspiracies, but, like, the curse kinda things, like, Christian McCaffrey only is healthy every other year, or, like, anyone that's on the Madden cover will have a bad season. I do think that Caleb Williams this year becomes the Bears' first ever 4,000-yard passer. I just don't think that he wins MVP. I there's a lot of people that I think have a better shot than Caleb Williams. But if everything were to work out like you said, like if the game scripts are just always kind of floating that way, then there is a chance. There is a chance that it could be Caleb Williams. I I personally just worry about like the throwing accuracy, and I know when he gets out of the pocket, he can just throw some insane balls and he can do some crazy things. He was one of like the least accurate passers in the NFL last year. Like I think his he threw at like a 55% off target percentage, which is insane. Now he was running for his life a lot, and so you can throw a lot of bad passes, and obviously when you throw away, that is going to affect that as well. But I don't know if he. can go to MVP caliber. That is an
I just
interesting pick. But
I've been
I picked AJ Brown for offensive player of the year, so what can I
I've
say?
been I've been preaching Caleb Williams.
You
I've been
have,
singing
you
his
have.
praises for a while, so I'm gonna keep being a Caleb Williams truther. I think he's one of the most talented prospects the NFL's seen in a long time. So if there is a year to step up your game where your team needs you to throw a bunch of passes, reminiscent of what was it, 2019? Was it Patrick Mahomes
Mm.
where he threw for like 5,000 yards or whatever? If
Oh,
if
I don't
he's
remember.
if he's like if he's gonna be needing to put up a workload like that, this is the year. The team just he's gonna
Can
have to
I
play hero ball.
can I give you one of my hottest takes of the year?
Oh please.
I don't think that the Bears will make the playoffs.
I don't even think that's
I
hot. I don't think that's hot because their
Really?
defense is
Okay.
so bad. Their
Yeah,
defense is so bad.
I feel like in many rooms, if that was to be spoken out loud, it would get
I mean,
flamed a lot. So I didn't know if you were in the same boat, but I do not think that the Bears
I
will
think
be
they'll
in the
have a
playoffs this
I think
year.
they'll have a winning record, but yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
And
I think they're a 9-8 playoff miss.
yeah, that's very very doable. And I think my hottest actually, maybe I shouldn't say that. We'll save it for another episode. But that was it. We're finally back. We should be back to a weekly schedule if time allows. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have anything that you want us to cover, or if you just liked the what we talked about in general, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.